I'm recording this because basically I've got all my stuff boxed up. I'll show you me right now. When I entered into childcare, that's me right there. Okay, so I'll add it to this post. That's me older. I don't know what year that is, but it's after. It could be 2 or 3, maybe more years after 1972. I was being harassed at the school. I was also assaulted by the photographer as well. But the morning before I went to school, I was assaulted by Daisy Park. And the night before, I was sexually abused by Daisy Park. So here, what's happening here? Let's have a look if I find it. See? Yeah. So this is these women saying that's who they were when they met Epstein. She's the most familiar, this one, the second one. But then here, look. This one with the tattoos. She looks like she might have been younger then, but I don't know. She doesn't look like the youngest there. But here, you need to learn to read physical form. So I would say not one of them qualifies as in Scottish law. I could be mistaken, but I don't think by much. Because these are saying this is who they were when they met Epstein. 16 years of age is legal age for a person, a female or a male, to give their consent to have sex with another consenting adult of 16 or more years of age. Okay, so that you see me. I know there's a pedophile network in the courts here in Scotland that doesn't want me showing my face. I was told not to. There's someone out there trying to use me anyway in my case. I've seen a lot of things. I have to get this out of the way. I've seen a lot of things in my time. Here's my birth certificate. 19th August 31st August 1965. The Hull Maternity Hospital, Hull. And that's what my father did at the time. He also had a business at some point, and I did see that on a birth line. I can't remember whose it was. And that's at 7 Albert Terrace, Gillett Street, Hull. Now, I've been told it's been demolished, but I found it, or a street with the same name. So it's Albert's Terrace. Now, that's an interesting name. But anyway, that's my brother Keith. He's now dead. He sold me to pedophiles along with my brother Arthur. Or I would say, yeah, he did actually. But I think that might have been in the homes as well, not just in Peterhead. But anyway, and he would have had the blessing of the church, or as they say, the children's homes. They most certainly did give him another's blessing. And one of them did violently assault me, well, quite a few times, but my brother Keith took me to Sunday school in Inverurie. Daisy Park, the pedophile, said that he had to. There's my medical notes. 1972. Now, it would have been January not January, February or so. I think it's March or April. I can't remember when I first turned up at Cobble Hall. I'd already been the victim of sexual abuse. Okay, so there, prior to 1972, I'd already been sexually assaulted and violently assaulted multiple times. Okay, and here, St. Martha's in 1969, 3 years and 11 months. I'd already been sexually abused in this home at that age, because I do remember it. Some people's memories do go that far back. And I can tell you, yes, I was sexually abused in St. Martha's. So here, 1970, I'm only guessing that's my, yeah, it'd be about, well, I was born in August. I'm not sure if that's accurate. Actually. So in 1970, I returned to the family home where I'd also wake up being sexually abused, sexually abused. And some of those people work for GeoAmey and G4S and other organisations that shouldn't be doing that to kids and working in the jobs they have. And they work at Stockton Prison as well, in the NHS, some of them. So that telling me I'd already been sexually abused at that age in St. Martha's before I even returned home. And potentially again, because I reckon I was sent back to St. Martha's in 139. Well, once April, May, June, July. Yeah, I'd have gone to the Hardgate as well, because I remember being in the Hardgate. So these people, because they're women, right? Because these people are women, they claim to be girls, but you're actually a young adult when you turn 16. So they claim to be girls. Show me the difference. See, I recognise this one, definitely. I think this one as well, but more this age. And that would be an adult to me. She's kind of familiar, and maybe, I think I've seen someone like her. But they are all familiar anyway. I just don't know exactly why, but I would say this more than any other I've met, that one. Because that's a kind of woman, that dark hair, that I remember have memories of being sexually abused by, and witnessed another nun saying that basically she was saying to the other nun, if you get him to do the same for me, she was basically blackmailing, if you get him to do the same for me, I'll overlook what happened. You know, because she knew I was already in a sexual, as you could say, relationship with an adult nun. There, and I was younger than that. So look, they're all in the company of Epstein at a good age and a survivable age. So, and the facts are that you, in order to fit the profile of a victim, you still have to be a woman or a girl, and young, preferably. I believe.